Can you tell me what your favourite TV programme was when you were growing up?
I was obsessed with Rugrats. I was a Rugrats girl. I had a little backpack. I had little toys. I like Rugrats.
My name's Anthony, and I am an affiliate marketing manager.
My name's Charlotte, and I am affiliate marketing manager.
Affiliate marketing is a service that rewards one or more affiliates for any traffic or conversions that they drive with their own marketing efforts. It's a really cost-effective form of marketing because typically you only pay for sales that are generated and then approved.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this before and saying it's actually quite a difficult question to answer, not because we don't know our role, but because that's quite a traditional version of affiliate marketing, and we can do so much more.
I guess the role encompasses the more traditional elements that Charlotte's talking about, as well as things like influencer outreach, B2B partnerships, and much more. So it's one of the most varied marketing channels, in my opinion, that you will come across.
Yeah, our service matters because it's a service that supports at every stage of the customer journey. So we see the importance of working with publishers right from the motive development stages, so that's your content, that's reaching out to new customers and developing brand awareness, and then moving right through to the point of purchase. So that's going to be more your quick wins and giving the final incentive to purchase. I think that what's important to us is making sure that we're working with affiliates at every different stage so that we've got a really well-rounded strategy.
And those affiliates can be used to drive traffic, drive revenue, drive brand awareness, even more long-tail objectives such as data capture, which will feed into your wider marketing strategies, things like that.
I think that when we first take over a programme, we often find that clients are very heavily reliant on lower funnel publishers. So that means your publishers who are cashback sites, voucher code sites. They're not really thinking about those earlier stages. Those publishers are great for quick uplift, quick sales, but for long-term sustainability of a program, they're not ideal. So we'll look at a program and we'll identify areas that are missing and how can we add in some good upper funnel activity for the long term.
Too many advertisers and potentially too many agencies are focused on purely chasing revenue. They're not concerned with that long-term sustainable growth, focusing on what we can do with publishers outside of those more traditional verticals, such as, like Charlotte said, vouchers and cashback, focusing more on people in the content verticals, more tech partners, also looking at some even more long-tail B2B partnerships, influencer outreach, things like that.
Yeah, I think that a lot of clients find it hard of trying to build a brand awareness, but we wouldn't be the first point of call when it comes to brand awareness. They think that, like I said, we're just there for a quick win and a quick uplift, but actually there's a lot that we can do to build on brand awareness.
I think our solutions and tactics start with the onboarding process. Right from the very beginning, we look to roll out cost-saving exercises. So that's things like reviewing your existing publishing mix, your existing tracking, and your existing commission structure, making sure those are as streamlined and as effective as possible.
Yeah, when we first take over a programme, we have quite an intensive audit that will take place. We use a recruit, engage and amplify approach. So the first thing we'll do is look at your affiliate programme, we'll identify gaps. So is there any key publishers missing that we know could be driving revenue forward that aren't there? I think recently we found that quite a lot of brands are missing really key affiliates that we just assume people would be aware of, but that awareness just isn't there. We then look to engage publishers who are already on the programme but not driving sales or traffic. And then we'll look at publishers who are on the programme, they are driving some sales and some traffic, but it's not enough, and we know that we could be doing so much more with them.
I think this comes back to what we said earlier about too many agencies, too many advertisers focusing on the lower funnel activity, the quick wins as we would coin it.
Yeah.
Nobody is looking further afield to the more long tail campaigns and to what we would call transformative growth.
Success for an affiliate client can totally differ between clients. When we put together a strategy, typically we'll have a revenue-based objective to start, which is expected. But we always like to have a second objective that's a little bit different, something that will support their internal marketing. So like we were talking about before, that could be data capture, increasing content contribution, increasing brand awareness. I think once we've nailed both of those objectives, that's success.
I think a perfect example of this would be two quite similar clients that we work with, both in the footwear sector. One's primary objective is traffic, the other's primary objective is revenue. So our approach to both of those clients, whilst relatively similar in the overall picture, is tailored towards their primary objective.
One of our biggest frustrations with clients is that a lot of clients have a bit of an old-fashioned view of affiliate. I think that there's a bit of a stigma that it's a lot of discount-led campaigns. And yes, that's important. And for some clients, that is a big focus. For others, it's not. We work with a lot of luxury brands, and with them, there's this fear that we're going to cheapen their brand by them being on discount sites and cashback sites, but that's not always the case. We just tailor our approach for those types of clients, and we've got a lot of experience in doing that. So yeah, I think it's bringing them around to our approach because it is a little bit different.
Another major one we run into quite frequently is expecting the same ROI, the same return, the same speed of return through every publisher vertical. So you're not going to see a return as quickly through investment in cashback that you're going to see as investment in content. You have to tailor your approach to include both, incorporating the quick wins with vouchers, cashback and the likes, looking in the future with your content strategy and your long-term strategies.
Yeah, it's understanding the difference between something that's long-term and something that's short-term, and understanding that both are equally as valuable. One of the big things that's changing within affiliate is that we find that we're becoming a lot more an extension of a brand's PR team. I think there's always been a fear that we're going to tread on their toes and we're going to overstep their work, but we're not. We can support them. I think that more and more brands are starting to rely on us for that extra level of insight that our links can give, as opposed to it's not the same now that you can just gift a product and someone shares it on their Instagram and that's enough. We can add that extra level of insight, and we can show, well, this was the impact that had. So then you can tailor your approach moving forward. So one example of that would be that we offer an influencer outreach program for a food subscription service. So when we first started doing that, our natural first step was to start working with fitness Instagrammers, wellness, any foodie sort of blogs, and that worked well. But then a few months down the line, we tried something a bit different, and we started to work with interior bloggers. That outperformed the work we'd done previously, which we would never have expected. And had we not included the affiliate links and been able to track the impact of it, we wouldn't have known that area works so well.
Another big development in the industry would be the transition from what you would view as more traditional affiliate marketing to partner or partnership marketing. So along with that comes two major developments, I guess. One would be the variety of partners that you can work with. You're not restricted to the more traditional affiliates that you were in the past, and also the change in payment models that comes alongside that. So we're not again restricted to simply the last click attribution model that we've been using in the past. It opens up avenues based on things like contribution. Perfect example of that would be influencers' relationship with something like a cashback publisher. Influencers could quite often be the first interaction with a brand, but that customer could go on to purchase through a cashback publisher. So how do you reward both of those publishers fairly for the equal part they played in driving that sale?
So I think that the last click model can often put influencers off working with us on an affiliate basis. So we're really trying to change our strategy and change the payment models that we use so that we're recognising the wider contribution, and that it's not just the cashback sites, it's not just the voucher sites, it's actually the content and those people that are opening the window to new audiences that should be rewarded as well. I think often we can help out when a client doesn't have the knowledge or the time to run an affiliate program. So I think for us, we understand that building those relationships with publishers, getting the best deals, producing the work to the best quality, that takes time and effort. And if you've got someone working in-house that's running other marketing channels, if that's not solely their job, they don't have the time to do it.
One of the main problems we help solve is spending budget unnecessarily. What Charlotte was saying regarding not having the time or the knowledge to run an affiliate marketing program can often lead to poor allocation of budget. We have knowledge across a number of different client sectors, and we've explored quite a few different of the main tenancy packages with all of the key publishers, particularly in the UK, but also internationally as well. So we know which tenancies work well. We also know how to best spend your commissions. So for a client that doesn't have the time or the knowledge to make those decisions themselves, someone like us would be perfect.